Should we talk about why the Saudi show might be in danger? I mean, I don't know that the show's going to happen right now. Looking at current events, have you followed this? You guys followed what's going on?
I'm not exactly sure what you're going to talk about, but I think I know.
The journalist situation?
Yeah, the journalist. Yeah. And even before the journalist, I thought I'd already seen that they moved to a much smaller venue too. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. Yes, they were going to be in a stadium, and they moved it to a smaller venue that seats a little over 20,000 people, I think, and that was quietly done through a press release. They had a previous release that mentioned the stadium it was going to be in. I typed up an article on this for comicbook.com, and I can't remember off the top of my head the names of the two stadiums, but yes, it's been moved, and that was as of this past weekend. The tickets had not gone on sale yet. And the release was touting that the tickets would be going on sale soon. So I don't believe the tickets have gone on sale yet. And so the show, if you haven't been following the news, there's a situation where a journalist was murdered, allegedly by people connected to Saudi Arabia, and whether the government was involved in covering it up. I am not like super well versed on the story. I kind of skimmed what happened, and I saw it last night when I saw the aforementioned Wade Keller tweet that Kyle mentioned, and had to see what that was about. So it seems to be quickly becoming kind of an international controversy. And if it continues down this road, of course, the Saudi Arabians are denying they knew about this or planned it or anything like that. But I mean, there's video footage that seems to back it up from security cameras. And if this continues to be an issue that they deny and it goes on, it would seem WWE would be under a great amount of pressure to not run a show in the country. So, Kyle, it sounded like you had been reading about what happened there. Do you think the show is still going to happen?
That's an unfair question to ask.
I mean, did I kind of explain the gist of the story to you?
No, you did. And by the way, it's changed from the King Fahd International Stadium to the King Saud University Stadium.
That's right.
King Saud University Stadium. Student audience. I guess it's a kind of a college stadium, but I don't know. I mean, it all depends on the situation. I mean, it all depends on the situation. And this goes, one could say this is larger than just this isolated situation. Goes back to what we talked about in April with the whole concept of doing these shows, having a relationship with Saudi Arabia. Now, I'm going to point out again now what I pointed out in April, that the thing is, Saudi Arabia is considered an ally of the United States of America. So it's not like the WWE is doing business with this. Now, it's a problematic alliance. I think that there's a lot of problems with being, an ally with Saudi Arabia. But, if there's a lot of pressure from above, like from the United States, then yeah, the WWE may have to back out. But we shall see.
Yeah. So
I don't know. There's no way to tell. I mean, they're not going to do it voluntarily. Trust me. I mean, if the show gets, their hand will be forced.
Yeah. It would be nuts, though. I mean, I almost want to see this just because it would be so interesting to watch, where WWE has to cancel the show, and then Shawn Michaels has agreed to come back. The payday's gone. Then what? So they would be scrambling. I don't know what they would do.
Yeah, I don't know what they would do, because, I mean, there was certainly no sign on TV that they were having any hesitation.
No, but it seemed like it was kind of, was that Monday night where a lot of this was breaking about the journalist story? Was that during Raw or was that during SmackDown? I can't remember. I can't even remember now.
It was Raw. It was during Raw.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, I don't
know. No. I read Keller's tweet last night. Keller's tweet last night. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just starting, more and more is starting to come out about this story. If you go to like the Washington Post or the Times or whatever, it's on the front page. It's a big deal. So
not fake news, by the way.
It is not fake news. This is real life, and we'll have to see what happens with that. But it should be interesting.
I mean, this is the downside. I mean, for the people who are critical of WWE having this relationship, I mean, this is the downside.
Yeah.
Because they are problematic allies of this country. And this is probably not the podcast. There's people tuned in to hear 50 minutes of wrestling talk, not 50 minutes of me decrying foreign policy in the Middle East.
Kyle's Foreign Policy Podcast, episode 1.